Okay, guys, so for your fifth experiment, okay, that is your event bot and data scraping. Okay, so like probably these are your common terms which you've heard, right? The event bot and data scraping. Okay, so first we look into what is event bot, okay, and why you're using it, okay, and then we'll move on to what is data scraping and the techniques that are used in data scraping, how do they do it, okay, and how even bot and data scraping, okay, is connected to RPA, and then we look into how we are going to implement that in our UiPath Studio. Okay. Okay, so just like it says, and as you know, okay, your event bot is a common virtual assistant, right? Which gathers the information that you need using AI and NLP. Okay, so this is how it happens. Okay, that you know. Okay, so what is event bot? So this is how it happens, and this is what it does. But why does something called event bot come into existence, or how does it happen? Okay, so these bots, okay, so basically they are required to streamline, okay, and when the streamlining happens, okay, both the organizers and the participants, okay, they are in requirement of enhancement, okay. So when a enhancement for the event is required, so that is where event bot comes in, okay. So to enhance the experience for both the organizing people and also for the participants, okay, so that is why event bot came into place, okay. So this is your concept on event bot, and we just go to the data scraping. Okay, so your data scraping, okay, probably you've heard this, okay. When you take a certain data, okay, from websites, okay, from your online websites or online sources, okay, probably you've heard of the term web scraping, okay. So this is the same, okay. Data scraping is also called as web scraping, okay. So when you take data, okay, certain data that you require for any work that you need, probably you're trying to gather information, okay, and later you're going to use it in your software or whatever it is, okay, your tools or whatever it is for analyzing, okay, for storing for any purpose, okay. So that is what you call as data scraping. Okay, so this is really common, and I do hope that you really knew about this earlier. Okay, so your next one is we look into the process. Okay, so this process, okay, there are probably five here. Okay, fetching web pages, HTML parsing, okay, your data extraction, your data transformation, and your storage. Okay, so first we look into fetching web pages. Okay, so fetching web pages. Okay. Okay, so we look into them like we look into it one by one. Okay. Mm, I hope it's clear. Okay, so I'm just going to write it down for you. So, okay, so first one we saw is your fetching web pages. Okay, so what does fetching web pages mean? It clearly means that, okay, you are trying to access your online source, okay, trying to access your online source or trying to go for your web page, okay. So how do you do that? By sending your HTTP request, okay. So this is where your HTML parsing comes in. Okay. So you are trying to access these web pages using HTTP request, right? Okay. So what happens when it comes to HTML parsing is that, okay, so once the web pages or the access to the web pages has been retrieved, the tool passes, okay. So this tool passes the HTML content. Okay. Yeah, then what they do is they try to pass it using the tool, okay, In our case, our tool is UiPath Studio, right? Okay. So the next step here is data extraction. Okay. So how does it happen? The scraping tool. Okay. The scraping tool will begin to identify. Okay. Identify as in what is it going to identify? It is going to identify text or images. Okay. Anything that the user needs. Okay. It is going to identify. Okay. Okay, your next process is data transformation. So what happens here is we have something called extracted data here, right? Okay, your data has been extracted. Okay, we can call it as, just name it as extracted data. So this is going to be unstructured, right? This is not going to be a structured data. So this is going to be either unstructured. Okay, so or we also call it as, I think, semi structured. So what happens here? So all your data has been extracted. Okay, and so the scraping tool, the same tool that you use for extraction, will clean. Okay, the scraping tool will clean or format or like transform it into a structured data. Okay, the tool will do it for you. As in, this will be convert to JSON or CSV, okay, any one of the formats, okay, into a structured data. Okay, and your last one is storage. Okay, so what happens with storage? Okay, the data has been converted into structured data here. Okay, so this is either stored in a database, or the very common one is a spreadsheet. Okay, it's either a database, a file, okay, for analyzing or for processing. Okay, the common one is a spreadsheet. Okay, so this is your process. These are your 5 processes. Okay, how scraping is done. And this is what you are going to do. Okay, so the first one is you try to access. You try to access the web page. Okay, that is, you're sending your HTTP request, and then you have your HTML content, right? Using the parser, okay, and using your tool, okay, using your UiPath, you have got your content that you need. Okay, and then you begin to identify the text or images, whatever data that you need, you begin to identify, and then you have something called extracted data. Okay, it could be unstructured or semi-structured, and then it is cleaned and formatted by the tool used into a JSON or CSV into a structured data. Okay, and later on for the storage, what do? They either go with database, okay, or a file for anything, and your common example is spreadsheet. Okay, so this is the process, what happens and what you're going to do with your UiPath. Okay, so what does RPA have to do with the event bot and your data scraping? Okay, so coming with your first one, okay, your event bot. Okay, we saw that why do you use an event bot? It is used for streamlining, right? So that it could be used across multiple platforms. Okay, so using RPA, what happens here? Okay, it gives a better streamlined event. Okay, when the event is live, okay, when the organizers, they could like send event notifications or send reminders to participants. Okay, or any update. Okay, all these live notifications can be sent. Okay, when a RPA comes into existence with the event bot. Okay, so that is what it happens here. So coming to your data scraping. Okay, so what is your RPA has to do with your, your data scraping? So your common one is probably you've done in your third exercise, I guess, right? You've learned how to extract data, right? So here what happens is, like, you have an example, like to navigate to the target websites, search for specific products, extract pricing information, right? So this using an RPI could be done, okay, in a much more efficient manner. Okay, so this is why, okay, RPA is again combined with data scraping. Okay, and I think there are like probably, okay, I'll just, okay, so there are two questions, okay, which I want you to look into. Okay, so is data scraping legal? Okay, and if so, you're also going to look into if data scraping is permitted in India. Okay, so you'll be looking into that. And before that, okay, I'll give you a look into why, okay, this RPA. Okay, so your RPA, right? Your RPA using even bots and your data scraping. So what do you achieve with RPA? So what is achieved with RPA here is, okay, you will be able to automate routine tasks, and you will also be able to increase the efficiency. Okay. And you also allow them to free up human resources. Okay. So why do you free up human resources? So that there is space for more creative endeavors. Okay. So what happens when RPA comes into existence with your event bot and data scraping. Okay. So now we'll get into your UI path. Okay. So okay. So what happens here is, okay, so what we're going to do here is, okay, we're going to work on UiPath Studio. And the first thing I want you to do is check into your settings, okay? Check into your settings, your design, okay? Your design, and then use modern for, you have a thing called use modern. Okay, so probably like if you scroll down, you will be able to find this thing called use modern for new. Okay, so I think you're able to see here. Okay, see that you turn it off. Okay, it should not be turned on. See that it is turned off. Okay, and after which you can come to here. You can, so it's not open, it's start. Okay, start. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to take out your first activity, that is your open browser. Okay, you're going to search for this, a very small exercise, so something similar to your exercise 3. Okay, but a smaller version. Okay, so as you open browser, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, Okay, so I would probably think so something that you want. Okay. Mm. Okay, so now I have my page here. Okay, so what am I going to do? So I've I'm just going to copy it. Okay, copy it and paste it here. Okay, and see that you give a double quotes. Okay, after which, okay, see that after this, okay, in your right side pane, okay, click on open browser. Okay, this open browser and check if we have something called browser type. Okay, here you have you'll be able to choose your browser. Okay, choose the browser that you are going to use. Okay, I'm going to use Chrome. Okay, so I've selected it, and now your second step is to select your data scraping from your scraping option here. So okay, so it what it clearly gives you the steps to what to do, right? So it has asked you to open the browser which you are going to extract the data from. Okay, and then it has asked me to click next. So I have opened my browser. So now I'm going to start selecting my columns, the columns which I need. Okay, so okay, so it is asking for a similar act. So okay, so now I name my column. Okay, I am going to name them as candles. Okay, so I do need, okay, 2 to 3 more columns. Okay, so I'm going to extract. Okay, and I've given, you'll be able to edit the number of results that you need. Okay, so I'm just going to stay with 100. Okay, so you can extract I'm going to extract the correlated data, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go for pricing. Okay, so I'm going to go for the pattern, similar pattern. Okay, so I still more need another one more column. So I will go for extract correlated data and okay. So we'll go for similar patterns. Similar patterns. Okay, so this is the offer column. So now if you're done, okay, with all the data that you need, okay, I'm going to just click finish. Okay. Okay, so after this, okay, so the question pops up. Okay, data spanning multiple pages. Okay, you will have to give yes. Okay, because it is spanning, because to collect different datas, okay, it will have to span multiple pages. Okay, and by the time it gathers the data, okay, so I think it's done. Okay. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so what you'll have to do is, okay, select on your extract structured data. Okay, and you'll be able to have something called data table. Okay, so you are going to click on clear value. Now create variable. Okay, create the name that you want and then just stick with candles. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so that's it. So, and one more thing that you'll have to have here is you'll have to create a CSV file. Okay, so I have one create. I have something created here called price. Okay. A empty CSV file. Okay. So as you can see, it's empty. Okay, so now I can just close it off, and then what we are going to do now is we are going to just go for another activity, that is your write CSV. And I'm just going to drag and drop it here. And then, okay, write from. Okay, so this write from, okay. I'm going to give the name here as, I've already created the variable candles, right? So I'll just give the same name. And then, so it is asking me to where to write the file, okay? So I have to locate the CSV file, which I showed you earlier. Okay, so this is your, okay, so now it's done. Okay, so now everything is done. So I can just run the file. So as you can see, it has begun, it has begun its data extraction. So I think it's done. It's done. So now if I will have to open my price file, I think all the data which I selected should be here. So it's here. Okay. So my first column was candles. It's here. My second one was price, and my third one was offer, right? So this is all, and it's done. Okay, so this is all you're going to do. But okay, so yours, okay, each of you will have a different one. Okay, probably you can call it as customized, I guess. So okay, so probably I'll be sharing this Google Sheet with you. Okay, so each register number, okay, I think it's visible for you. Each register number, will be given a different website, okay, different website and a different product, okay, and the count is also different, okay. So see that you check into the sheet, okay, the sheet will be shared to you as well, okay, and the manual, right, your observation will be writing it on your own, okay, since because it's customized for each person is going to be different, you are going to write it on your own, okay. Okay guys, so this is your exercise 5 and that's it.